Hey everyone! Yes, you read that headline correctly. I really am going to tell you guys about a way that you can lose weight quickly and effectively, and to be quite honest, relatively easily for $0. It will not cost you a dime. I really hope that Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers don't come after me for this one. Stay tuned. To all of my subscribers, welcome back to Toya Talks. To my new viewers, welcome to Toya Talks. If you see something that you like here, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. So today is the first episode of Motivation Monday, and I will warn you guys that it will be a little bit of a longer video, but it was really important to me to film this because one of the biggest questions that I get asked when I'm out is, how did you lose so much weight? When I go to church or when I go to work, people who know me, who have seen my progress, will say, what are you doing? How are you able to lose this weight? And I know that I mentioned it in my introductory video as well as my 15 minutes to change your life video. And so I wanted to talk about it here because what better way to start off the spring season and start getting your beach body together than to learn an effective way to lose weight. So what am I talking about? What I'm talking about is a method called intermittent fasting. What is that? So there are a few different ways to do it. There's actually about 6 different ways. I will post a link in the description box that gives a little bit more detail about some of the different methods. But the method that I want to talk to you guys about today is the 16-8 method. It is one of the most popular ways to do the intermittent fasting method, and it is the way that I used that was very effective for me. So how does this method work? Basically, the way that it works is you restrict your eating time to an 8-hour time period, and you fast for the other 16 hours. Wait, what? Fasting for 16 hours? That's not sustainable. Actually, it is, and I will tell you why. The reason that it is sustainable is because one of the hacks of this eating method, which I love, is that a good portion of the time that you're not eating, you are sleeping, so you don't really feel hungry. So let me explain. With the intermittent fasting method, you can eat between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. I honestly did not count calories. I didn't track my food. I didn't watch what I ate. I had cheesesteaks and pizzas and ice cream and whatever else, but I just restricted that eating between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now, by no means am I saying at 12 p.m. just start shoveling food in your mouth and just keep eating till 8 p.m. But the idea is that you're going to restrict your eating down to 2 meals. You'll have your lunch and your dinner, and you will cut off your eating at 8 p.m. After 8 p.m., you will not eat anything again until 12 p.m. the next day. All right, guys, so this is a crucial point. You really have to cut off your eating at 8 p.m. The more that I talk to people, I realize that what's killing us with our weight loss goals is that we love to eat late. We're forever up getting midnight snacks or just in bed, stress eating, and it's causing us to keep on a lot of extra pounds. So we really need to cut off our eating at 8 o'clock and go until that 12 p.m. time the next day. So I know that sounds a little difficult, and it was not easy at first. I'll share what I did. So how did I deal with this late night snacking issue? Because I also struggled with eating late and eating at night right before bed as well. So one of the things that I like about the intermittent fasting method is that during your fasting hours, you can have as many non-caloric drinks as you would like. So you can have coffee with sweetener, or you can have black coffee. You can have water, as much water as you want. You can have tea. I do put a little bit of honey in my tea, but other than that, I don't put anything that has a calorie content in my drinks. And tea and coffee saved me because sometimes in the middle of the night, if your stomach is grumbling or you're up late, having a cup of tea really does help. You break that hunger and feel better. One of the things I would always tell myself when I first started doing this was I just needed to make it to the next day. There were some nights where it was 10 o'clock at night and I was just sitting there like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. And then there were some days I was like the little orphan Annie, like, tomorrow, tomorrow, I can eat tomorrow. It's only a day away. And that's really honestly what got me through. No joking. I just really had to tell myself, Toya, you can have that piece of cake. You just have to wait until tomorrow at 12. Toya, you can have that snack you want. You just have to wait until tomorrow at 12. And knowing that I didn't have a restriction, knowing that I could have that snack the next day, I just had to make it until tomorrow at 12. That really, really helped me. And now I eat this way naturally, which is one of the great benefits of the intermittent fasting method, which is that it starts to suppress your appetite naturally. Now I eat healthy naturally without having to force myself to follow a strict diet plan or anything like that, or spend tons of money on a Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig membership. Now, don't get me wrong. If Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig is working for you, I absolutely will not knock you for that. I think that if that works for you, you should stick with what works. But for me, I had tried Weight Watchers multiple times, Jenny Craig, calorie counting. And while I did have success with all of these things, it just never lasted. And I would always gain the weight back. And not only would I gain it back, but I'd gain it back with a couple extra pounds that it brought along with it. And that was no bueno. So, what are some of the benefits to doing the intermittent fasting method? Well, why are you watching this video? You want to lose weight. And that is one of the biggest benefits of this video. If you saw the picture on my thumbnail, my before and after, that picture was about a year and a half ago when I was at my heaviest weight. And the now picture was from a couple weeks ago before I went to church, and I feel so much better. I have so much more energy now. I used to have really bad back pain, just even my self-confidence, always getting down on myself because I didn't like how I looked in the mirror. All those things were huge benefits of doing the intermittent fasting method. And as I said, the late night snacking sometimes was a little difficult, but once I problem solved through that, I was able to really just commit to this and see great results. And the best part about it was that I did not have to spend any money, and it worked really well for me. Another benefit of the intermittent fasting that I mentioned is that you have natural appetite suppression. Appetite suppression. Sorry, guys. So what happens is that after a while of eating in this way, you start to naturally eat this way. There are some days where I may not eat until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not even purposely. I just really don't feel hungry, or I get up and maybe I do feel hungry at 9 and I go downstairs and make a cup of coffee. And then that cup of coffee will hold me over until the early afternoon. And as long as I just continue to remember to cut my eating off at 8 o'clock, I usually do really well. And I have been continuing to steadily lose weight, which has been really exciting. There are also a ton of health benefits to it. There have been studies that have shown that intermittent fasting has caused decreased blood sugar levels as well as decreased cholesterol, which is also great. So, on top of looking better and feeling better and having your mood increase, you also are doing something really good for your body and helping make yourself healthier. I really don't know what else I could offer to you guys that provides so many benefits that's free. So I really think that it's a great method. With intermittent fasting, there's no calorie tracking, there's no expensive diet memberships. If you start, just focus on those eating times. Don't necessarily put so much focus on what you're eating. Try to increase your water, but if you focus on those eating times and you stick with that as you go along on the process, you will start to change your diet. Just stick with it and it will work for you. If you need any help, if you need any encouragement, please leave me a comment. I would love to answer any questions that you had about it. Check out the article that I'm going to link into the description. And if, like I said, if you had any questions, please just leave me a comment and let me know. I really want you guys to be successful. I know that you can do it. It's really just a mindset thing and understanding that you just have to have a little bit of self-control. And if you can employ that little bit of self-control, it really will take you a long way. All right, guys. So even if you're not going to do this challenge, let's say you just are not ready to jump right into the intermittent fasting thing, that's okay. I do still want to give you a challenge for this week. For this week, I'd like you to pick a time this evening that you will stick to for the rest of the week where you will not eat after that time. I would suggest that maybe it be at least 2 hours before bedtime if you can. So maybe try to cut off your eating at 8 or maybe 9. Pick that time and stick to it. So even if you have your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner and snacks throughout the day, commit to yourself that after a certain time this week, you will not eat until the following day. I really think that if we just start to change those little habits, to take those little steps, that it really will take you a long way. I know that that helped me in my life and helped me to start seeing and achieving some of the goals that I've wanted. And I know that if you employ that method and you stick with it, it will work for you. Until next time, guys, have a great week. If you liked what you saw, please hit your like button and subscribe to my channel. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.